Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be looking at a very interesting niche, and it's along the lines of kids learning books and kids workbooks. Now this is quite large, but there's quite a few interesting subdivisions within that that are quite easy to produce and also look extremely profitable. Now my name's Paul Miles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you like videos like that, then give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also smash that notification bell to receive notifications of when I produce more videos like this. Okay, so last night I was just thinking about current popular niches and what's going on in families and kids at home. And I did a video, which I'll link above, on kids' activity books. And it was along those lines that I was thinking. And I thought, what are they using these books for? And it's learning. They're not at school. Kids are learning at home. So I had a look on Amazon and I just put in, as we can see here, kids learning books. And I was surprised that, one, there was 2,400 searches per month on Google, but also that there were 50,000 results on Amazon, which kind of told me that, well, actually this overall is a popular niche. Now something interesting I want to quickly show you is that I've got a plugin called Keywords Everywhere, and when you put a keyword into the Amazon search bar, when you get these suggestions down the left hand side, you can see that there are these grayed numbers here, and that's the searches on Google per month, or the approximate searches. But they've started adding these little graphs here, which shows the interest over time. And if we just hover across over that, we can see the number of searches per month as time goes by. It looks like it's over the last year. And look what happens. I can't hover off it. So look what happens when we get to March, April. It goes from around the 2,000 searches per month and shoots up to March and April. And that all coincides with the old lockdown or house arrest or whatever you like to call it. So kids off school, kids at home, parents are looking at ways they can continue their kids' education. So that's quite a neat little addition, and if you are interested in getting this plugin, the plugin is actually free, but to get this data you need to pay it's $10 for 100,000 searches, which for me tends to last anywhere between 3 to 6 months. So kids learning books, I put into the search bar and there's a lot of different types of books come up. So I decided to look at it in a bit more depth and see if we could find any subdivisions within the whole kids learning books. Now if you want to look at this in more interest, watch my video on keyword research, again linked above. Because what I would normally do is put a word into the search bar and then on the spreadsheet make a note of all these other longer tail keywords that appear in the suggestions here. And also with a plugin that I've got called AMZ Suggestion Expander, you get all these other suggestions as well. So I looked through all the different types of books that were available and I come up with a group of different types of books, which I'm going to go through now to give you some ideas on potential profitability and what sort of books you could be producing. So first of all, there was these tracing books, and these could be separated into a few different types: letters, numbers and shapes. Now this reflects the overall theme of kids learning books, and they tend to be around numbers, shapes, words, handwriting, and objects, animals. Again, that comes into the shapes type of thing. So tracing books, there's three types: the number tracing, letter tracing and shape tracing. So if you look over at Amazon and put in number tracing books, now there's quite a few different suggestions, mainly around the different age groups, but only 1,000 results, which is not too bad. I like to target keywords with less than 1,000 results on Amazon.com. And as you can see, we've got fantastic bestsellers ranks here. 273, that's handwriting. 273, yeah, 3,480, 2,736, 11,000, 18,000. One here, letters and numbers, 3,300. So that's pretty good. I mean, if you are getting those sorts of results on any book you produce, would provide a sizable monthly income. And then you've got the handwriting tracing books or letter tracing books. So you've got a couple of different keywords to try there. And again, you've got this one here. I think the bestsellers rank is around about 4. Yes, selling huge amounts. Again, below 1,000. Below 1,000 for the bestsellers rank, around about 1,000, but only 2,000 search results. And again, you could niche down a bit on this. If we have a look in the search bar, we've got handwriting book for kids. Let's look at letter tracing. Again, we've got lots more suggestions with that, and probably similar types of search results. A few extra in 3,000, but again, excellent bestsellers ranks. Now you may be saying, well, how can I create the interiors for these tracing books, particularly the handwriting and numbers? Well, I produced a template that you can use. It's downloadable as a PDF and PNG, and it's in my Gumroad shop, and it's actually free. I'll put the link down to my Gumroad shop. So you could just take this into Photoshop, Illustrator, Canva, and overlay it with letters. Now, where could you get the letters or numbers from, you might be asking? Well, go to VectorZ.com, open up a free account, and you can see that they've got all these graphics that you can download that you can incorporate, in this case, into your number tracing books. But if we put in letter tracing in the search box, we can also see that there's all these different templates as well. Now I did a video, just have a look through my list of videos on the handwriting niche, again, which is very popular. But yeah, you can use these to create your graphics inside your book, so that's worthwhile looking at. Now with the free account on VectorZ, there is a limit. You'll need to check in the licensing. There is a limit on the number of books you can actually sell using the free graphics, but you can buy the pro version. It gives you access to more graphics, and then you can sell unlimited amounts. And I think it's well worth the money. I mean, if you were to make a couple of books using these and get decent sales, probably within, you know, a couple of months, 3 months, sooner maybe, you'd recoup your investment on that. Another option is to go to Fiverr.com, and there's people here that will create your book interiors for you. We've got the number tracing one here, the letter tracing one. Now these letter tracing ones look very similar to the ones that are on VectorZ, so I suspect it's probably using the graphics off VectorZ. So you'd need to make sure, if you do choose them, that they are acceptable as commercial use. And I just put in kids tracing in Fiverr. You could put in letter tracing or number tracing. Now the other types of tracing books are shape tracing books, and if we have a look here, 1,000 results again, but decent, respectable bestsellers ranks. Even 40,000 is pretty good. I've got some books around that level, and you'd be looking at selling, you know, probably about 5 a day of that type of book with that bestsellers rank, maybe a few more at the moment. But lots of low, I mean, look at this one, 361, lots of low bestsellers ranks there. And again, relatively easy to produce. If we look at the cover on this one, shapes tracing, I mean, it's shapes, it's lines, it's zigzags in dotted lines, very easy to produce in any sort of graphics program. Now the next one I looked at, which is similar to the letter tracing, and that's the handwriting. I'll put that in the search bar. Handwriting practice books. And we'll put for kids. Niching down a bit on that, but it's got 2,900 Google searches per month, 4,000 results on Amazon, so you'd probably want to niche down. But again, lots of books. It's very similar to letter tracing books. These are on all about the handwriting and extremely low bestsellers rank. So despite the higher competition, if you can get in there, maybe using some Amazon ads or niching down, finding keywords that have less competition, you could attack this and make decent coin, I think. Then we've got the general kids activity books, which I've been through before, and these can be very broad, but lots of them do have an educational element to them. And this takes me on to a particular type called colouring books, and they're the ABC colouring books, and this is where kids can trace or draw letters and colour them in. Therefore they're learning sort of, you know, by writing, visual, colours, all that type of thing. So let's have a look at ABC colouring books, 2,000 results, and again, respectable bestsellers ranks, 14,000 for one there, 9,000 for one there, 6,000 for that one. Again, really good sales, and these would be a lot easier to produce than, say, adult colouring books, which are a lot more complex in the graphics needed in the interiors. And again, it's something you could go along to Fiverr to look at. Then we've got preschool books. Now, preschool on its own is a big niche, but I looked at in particular preschool maths, which are very simple. They're like counting books and very simple addition, subtraction type sums, and you could easily create these yourself. And you could use very simple graphics, say, you know, a picture of a dog, you know, 5 dogs with a little box, you know, for the child to count how many dogs there are and to fill out number 5. You could combine that with a bit of colouring as well. There's all these different things you can do just to make your books look attractive. Then an interesting one along the handwriting thing is the cursive handwriting books. We'll put that in. 880 searches per month on Google, which is pretty good, and 2,000 results here. So again, you might want to niche down by looking at some of the suggestions that Amazon gives us. Here we've got kids, teens, 5th graders, 4th graders, even adults. And again, let's look at the bestsellers ranks. 474, 1,000, 1,000, again 1,000 something, 474. Really low bestsellers ranks, not huge amounts of competition, and again, easy to produce. If we go back to VectorZ and we look at those letters, you've got these lowercase letters here that could be used in your cursive handwriting, because cursive is basically lowercase letters. So that's something that looks reasonably attractive, and again, you could use the free page template for that handwriting practice template that I've got on Gumroad. Now, a common type of puzzle book are word search books. Now, if you search for these on Amazon for kids, yes, there's 6,000 results. Yes, you're going to need to niche down a bit because that's a lot of competition. But you can make these very simple, like this one here, My First Word Searches. And you could use pictures and letters in that. So you could have a picture here of, say, a duck, and they've got to find the word duck in the word search. And it helps children sort of look at letters, form words, and associate the words to the pictures. Very easy to produce. And I'm going to do a video on word search probably this weekend, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and also notification bell, because I'm going to go through how to create the word search puzzles, and I'm going to also look at the keywords around the word search books and give them to you. So, you know, the quicker you get onto that, if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified as soon as I do that, and you can get straight onto it, get the keywords and start producing these sorts of books quite quickly. And again, decent bestsellers ranks, very popular and great as part of the whole kids education theme. Now, I mentioned about the preschool books, the preschool maths. So I'll just put in preschool workbook into Amazon, and as you can see here, again, low bestsellers ranks. These are selling so well at the moment, and I can't see it slowing down at all at the moment, particularly if we're going to go through another second wave, as the governments keep telling us at the moment, in which case I can see over the next coming months these are going to be extremely popular. And again, the preschool workbooks would be things like, you know, a couple of pages on handwriting practice, number practice, colouring, recognising numbers, counting, very simple maths if it's preschool. So below this video I'm going to put the link to my Gumroad shop, which has a free handwriting template. I'll also put some useful links down below of other related videos that I've done around this niche so that you can learn more. And there's also in the Gumroad shop some keywords that I've done around the handwriting, around the activity book niche. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a bit of insight into a very interesting niche. It's very similar to the kids activity book niche, but we've sort of narrowed down more and found those particular areas. And as you can see, extremely popular and potential to make lots of money there. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. Until next time, goodbye.